Wow. Ooh. She my little rock and roll. Ah ha ha. Okay. Good morning, self. Today is 4/4. It is a Tuesday. Marvelous Tuesday. So I woke up at 5:30. I had the adrenaline kicking, and I was not gonna go back to sleep. So I got up at like 5:50. Went for a walk at like 6:45. Got back, hung out for a bit, and now I'm at my desk. No trader bite this morning. FT's having some tech issues, so I was running behind schedule a little bit. I wasn't gonna make a video, but that changed things. So we'll go over some market context and also the last couple days. Yesterday, I did really well, but I did make a few mistakes. So there's no mistake here. I just got one ticked. Yesterday, we see the market open up. I was expecting a lot of chop, but we did have an opening drive. And then news came out, and the market rallied. And we had a VPOC migration, which is where I took my first trade. Everything is all well. I get one ticked. We come up again. We see VPOC migrate higher, and then on the test of the VHVN, I enter. And I get a quick scale, and I have my target front rushing the 60 level, and we never get there, and I never take profit because of all the structure created, and I get stopped out. So I was trying to exit, but I was being greedy with my exit, and I got one ticked on it. And then I couldn't find myself to let go. But this would have been a good exit here. Down here. So if my strategy works, then I should be willing to take profit. Plus, 46 to 53 is a 7-point gain on 2 contracts. That's pretty good. That still would have been a $100 winner. So, I could always re-enter, which I did. So just be aware of changes. I did start chasing it down after the IB was set and we rejected it. But, don't be greedy on taking profit after something is changing, after this rejection. Because I could always re-enter. So ideally, I would have exited one here and then had one exit here. So that was my major mistake yesterday. Then we had a small VWAP to VPOC. I got scaled before getting stopped on both positions. Then we sell off through the line in the sand. These day levels and the RTH levels at 41. We sell, we hold. Big selling through. On the retest, I enter short with a limit order, which is great. Perfect. I catch a scale, and then I get a target, and then we continue selling, where I enter an IBC trade. After we break through, I have a limit set that fills. I catch a scale on that, and then I take a stop on both. So that was my winning trade of the day. So then we have all this volume created on the way down. This price was too low, but we pick up and we base. And then we see stops get picked. Higher high, less stops. Structure here. We fall through and we see VPOC migrate. And I take a short, anticipating that we may test the IB again and then potentially continue. But I get 2 ticked on a scale, and then I get stopped out. So, this is a trade. Maybe I could wait for some sort of pullback to get a better scale, but overall, I accept that this is a fine trade here. And then, for the rest of the day, we have a VWAP to VPOC, multiple opportunities to get in, but I am no longer at my desk. VPOC migrates up, which says potential that price is too low here. Retest the VHBN, and then we're holding, so potential longing opportunity. And then into the close, we rally back up to the high. We don't break it, so it's a normal neutral variation, or what is it? Normal variation day. So we close right here at 53-ish. This morning, we opened up at the close, and we test lower to 46. It's 47.5, which is the overnight low. We chop around, holding this 56 as resistance, holding the 47, and then we bust up above, pull back, selling through the area, leaving this LVN in the overnight session at 59. And then we rally up through the high to 71. 60 was a pretty important stock zone, 59.60, which is where this LVN is. That is separating the two distributions. Overnight volume point of control is currently sitting at 51. And we may be opening higher at a range. So if we open above 58, then it's an OA, OR opening type. And we have targets above. First target would be the overnight high, and then we have a stock zone at 78 and a weak high here. And then the 89 stock zone, which is important. So our first scenario for this morning is continuation higher to test 41.89. So either we open in a gap or not, and the gap either remains open or we test in yesterday's range and we find clear support in yesterday's range and resolve higher. Whichever of those occur, seeing that we expect price to move higher to the overnight high and for the magnet zone to then act as support in here. Seeing this, we'll look for a grind to 78, and if the 78 is not immediately rejected, we're open to continuation higher to 89, which is the key target. Upon testing 89, we expect to see momentum slow and potential mean reversion. But if buyers are still strong and sellers do not show up to repair the poor structure that we've created over the last couple days, specifically in here, then we're open to continuation of 4200 and 4204, which is the extended target up here. We expect 4200 to be pretty powerful. Our second scenario is a retracement into yesterday's range to test previous week's high. At 41. So actually it's at 38, which is also all this volume in here. So that's a very good target if the downside, if the sellers are strong. So if we get this again, we may or may not open in a gap and may or may not get the overnight high early. My key for this idea would be, regardless of the opening type, for price to eventually fall into yesterday's range, and for yesterday high and especially yesterday's close / yesterday's VPOC to resolve as resistance in here. Seeing that, we expect price to continue to tempt lower to the 4140 stock zone / confluence. On a test of previous week's high, initial expectation would be chop and potential test below, but for price to eventually base and push higher, back into overnight range and either continue higher or balance into the close. Alternatively, if the ES falls out of overnight range below previous week's high and cannot recover above, we're open a continuation lower to test yesterday's low and the over-under stock zone. Yeah, so this is an important area here. Over-under. If it's tested and not supported, we could see a flush / profit taking lower to the 331 singles naked volume point of control area, which is here, and then into here, which we didn't get a test of yesterday. Worth noting that there is a clear auction targets left below after the recent run-up. However, it is my expectation that initial retest lower may be dramatic, but IMO likely supported at some point on the first pullback. So the context is clearly up. There's potential to take out the overnight volume point of control. And if that happens, then we have to see the quality of the tap and then the retracement and see if we start breaking above these areas again. We have the two prominent targets are the overnight volume point of control and the overnight low to the downside. So if we test down here, it's very likely or possible that we test the overnight low. And if we start breaking up at the open, then it's very likely to take the overnight high. Okay? Today's the type of day where we want to be focusing at the open, because I'm not expecting it to be very choppy due to the fact that we're opening out of range, potentially. So yeah, my goals for today are to continue how I've been doing the last 2 days, which is flowing very nicely, waiting for proper opportunities, not focusing too much on the minutia, but focusing on broader structure and then zooming in and enjoying myself without feeling emotional like I was yesterday. Yesterday I felt so good trading, and the day before, and that's how I want to feel every day. So I just want to continue on the right path with waiting for structure, continuing to utilize limit orders for good fills, and we're going to have a great day. All right, I'll be back. Oh, nice. So we're opening out of range. A lot of liquidity above. No VPOC migrations. We test higher, breaking lower. We just missed the previous high a day. New low. We tapped the previous high a day. There's a pick of the previous high a day. Shorts are counter trend. Break low. Less stops down there. Potential for a VPOC migration. And we're breaking. On a return, we might see a VPOC migration, which could offer. Oh, we did see it already. That's kind of messed up. We're looking for a test of these areas. Another one. I didn't like that one, so that's why I didn't do it. We have a potential VWAP to VPOC though.
Order submitted.
I don't like that very much.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
We're out. Okay, so enter too late. Let's utilize limit orders. Another VPOC migration up. So potential to look for long. We're breaking back above the previous range. Potential for open line break.
Order submitted.
Stop will be down here, 2 points below. Look for a scale at the VHVN. But if it busts away, then we could look for an open line break trade. Here we are testing the VHVN. Volume being built up here and the high of day is here.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay. I've been removed. See some stop divergence here. The low has been picked. And we're continuing. Stops underneath here. Selling intensifies. Potential for overnight volume point of control. Acting as resistance. And that's the overnight volume point of control. Tapped. Seeing some buying. Some buying. Looks like potential for a counter rotation. Want to see this give and start acting as support. Here's some strong buying above the area. Yes, that initial move for anyone who's watching pre-market looked like a pullback to FS levels would be a great long, and people were buying. Then we opened, fell through, and pulled back. Was a good example of trapped longs that may be worth reviewing. So longs are trapped up at 60. Yes, very early, but out of the gates, looking like my scenario 2. Yet unconfirmed, but that's what I'm watching for at the moment. Let's see what happens at the overnight low. Pulling back to this 50. High volume node here at 52. $42 is the key target. $50 rejected. New low here. Testing this LVN. Test of the volume. Looks like potential to continue. Like a Head and Shoulders, kind of. Some decent buying. But we know we have the stat below that we're going to try to target. We have stops above here. Stops into 55. Some strong buying, so not so interested in getting in the way. Potential for a VPOC migration. Six stops up there.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
There's no point in risking this. Because if it breaks above here, then it's going to hit. I'd rather try to get scaled. It looks like this is not going to work. But it still could. If it doesn't, we have potential for VWAP to VPOC. That's a real legit one tick there. That sucks. I thought about moving it up, but, you know, what are you going to do? Okay, so now we're looking for stops above this swing into the previous close and into this area here. Here we are testing the previous close. Nothing yet. Unless we start breaking down and rejecting the VPOC. Or we get up here. Coming up. Pop up to the high. Strong volume. So we break the high on volume, but not seeing much continuation. Still potential to pop it. Now this is starting to look like a short. We'll wait to see if it breaks here. I'm going to stick to my plan. A breakthrough here or push up. Giving way.
Order submitted. 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 Order submitted.
Not looking the best. It's just going to casually take me out. No biggie.
Order submitted.
We're still looking for a pop of the VWAP. So that break was not sufficient, obviously. So it looks like a flag to me. Stops.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Kind of choppy trade. I'm looking to get filled on if it is going to run, but it is also a flag, then potential for me to get filled on a test before touching VPOC. We also have news at 10. We should probably be hands off. I did forget about the news. All right, we're probably down like a little over 100. 110. So obviously, I mean, this is a very strong impulse down. And this does look like a flagging pattern. The news may just tell us what's going on. We have the VHVN at 58 aligned with the previous high a day. That could be a confluence area. Book is getting black. So this is no awareness of the news. I shouldn't be operating before the news here. I probably would have saved myself some trouble. Okay, test up. We test the VHVN at 58. Back up at 58. Can't get back to VWAP in an auction. Test above. Looks like a selling structure. VPOC migration.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
We're scaled. Potential for open line break. We're going for the overnight high.
Order submitted.
See what happens at the open. Stops picked.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Not really catching the bounce I'd like to catch. We'll see how we react to the VPOC. Algo going nuts. VWAP to VPOC. Liquidity steps in above. Absorb selling. Structure.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
All right, we're scaled.
Order submitted.
We're still going for the overnight stat.
Order submitted.
Potential VWAP to VPOC. I probably could have had a limit set. Break above, we have volume up here. So we break this volume. Liquidity active on both sides. I still think anything could happen. My primary scenario is a pullback to the LVN and then continuation higher through the magnet towards 41.80 to week high. That's what FT says. My stance is neutral through 60 to 50. Not looking so strong. Look decent, but too quick, not enough range. And also kind of dicey. I would rather see us push above 60. We have pretty clear-cut range here to catch a scale. We did just hold this low. That's some pretty strong buying. So break above this 59.5. We could potentially see a play unfold. So this time we did not get back to the VWAP. And if we break above here, that's a potential tell. That price may want to move higher. Meaning we're potentially leaving this lower half behind. But that would only be true if we break above here. So now we're looking for this to hold. Test the VWAP. Test the volume here. High or low. Some strong buying off this level. Getting very tight. So something's going to happen here. Such some strong selling there. That was another opportunity. Break higher. So we started buying up towards the volume here. Price check.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Woo! Finally.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
So after the break and a retest and then a break higher and we hold here, I think that this trade is fine, looking for a continuation with ability to scale. But now, after this rounding top and the selling, I don't think so anymore. Because we could release to either side. Okay, so I get taken there. And I get taken out of this one. Stops picked. So that's some heavy selling. I'm not all that convinced. Double bottom, weak high and weak low.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Hard to get scaled. He pulls. We're toasted. I'm minus 200, so... Here's a VHVN price check. If we start breaking this VHVN, then it could be a short.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Overnight buying, point of control, holding. Potential for the low to get pulled. So that's no longer a play that I'm just going to put a limit on. FT said, okay, that wasn't expected. Didn't get there yet. Let's see what happens after we pick the overnight low. Do we get there? Yep. I think so. No, we definitely did. So we have 52. Yes, that zipper structure is now important. We tried very hard to get a lift into the upper half of the range and could not do it. John said this zone is key for me, 42. So let's see what happens here. Here's some structure. Liquidity is trading. Icebergs are selling. LVN here. This is news driven. Russian Urals oil exports from Ust-Laga port set at 1 million tons. Unchanged. Moscow will reveal in due course measures to respond to Finland's accession to NATO. We have 50 and 52. $50 is important. No stops up there. Looked like a shorting structure, but, you know. Wow. So now this 44 zone is the area to watch for. Yeah, so we've now tested this key zone. How we resolve from here is important. IB in 3 minutes. Looks like a flagging pattern. We came down, tested the volume. I want to see 50 to 53. Liquidity pulling at 50. Weak high. Potential short. Hello. Ooh. Thanks, Dev. So we're observing 50. Taking out the weak high. Or testing it, may I say. IB set in 30 seconds. Some decent selling. IB set as we pull this volume. Here's a break and stops. We're paying close attention here. Getting tight. Pick 50. Potential for mid. Some strong volume. We have volume between 52 and 53.5. Coming up. 90 stops. Structure, but we have this right above. Popping up to the high. Coming into this important area. Structure here that we'd want to see broken. If we break above the VWAP, then it's potential for VWAP to VPOC and the IB. Really strong move off this key area. Anything could happen right now. Here's some good selling.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Not looking good. Context is up. Since I'm thinking anything could happen when it falls out of here, favoring the short side. I should stick with my original analysis. I have one more trade before I hit my limit.
Order submitted.
What happened? Why did it do that?
Order submitted.
Why?
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
The fuck, man? That's pretty fucked up. That's totally fucked.
risk parameters. The first choice, you left click. This will take you to the risk parameter window. You have 3 choice parameter. This will take, and you want to click the first choice, view risk parameters. The first choice, you left click. This will take you to the risk parameter window. You have 3 choices on top. You can either click OK or you can go straight to risk parameters set by trader. I'm going straight there. Then left click. This takes you to this new window right here. We're going to be changing 3 things: auto liquidate criteria, and auto liquidate threshold. First, auto liquidate. You're going to left click within the green box. A drop down menu is going to appear. You're going to choose enable. Then auto liquidate criteria, again within the box, left click. There's going to be 5 choices. Choose the middle one, loss limit. This is the one that I'm teaching you today, loss limit. Left click that, and now we're going to set the amount that we want to have our loss limit. Previously I had 500, but that was a bigger account with a bigger drawdown. Now again, I want to keep my profits, plus I'm adding 2 smaller accounts. I'm going to set mine at 250. So you can set the amount, and anywhere within this window you will left click, and that amount is set. Now you're going to go all the way to the bottom right. Try to click apply and OK, or just go straight to OK. This will take you back to the dashboard. Now obviously you can go ahead and change this, disable at any time. But if you're a FOMO trader or if you're a revenge trader, walk away. Learn how to turn off the computer. Go make yourself a fresh cup of coffee. Go walk your dog. Go take a shower. Go exercise. But learn how to teach yourself some discipline. If you don't know what a FOMO is or a revenge trader is, a FOMO is a person, it stands for fear of missing out. It's a person that always needs to be in a trade if he thinks he's missing out on a trade. A revenge trader is a trader that once he loses his next trade, he's going to double or triple or even max out the amount of contract that he can trade. That usually ends up in him blowing the account. So if you're one of those, learn how to walk away. But on the other hand, if the trades that you took were within your trading guidelines, within the rules,
Oh, my P&L minus 293.
the Rhythmic Pro and disable them. If you go to my playlist and if you watch my July 1st stream, you will see that in the morning I went to negative 500 and I was automatic taken out, and I disabled and I started again. Why? Because my trades were good. It was just bad timing. I timed them, wrongly, and I got taken out. But I went back, disabled, took new trades.
Due to commissions.
Go back to profit, and I was able to
$53 in commissions.
with a positive 200
Okay.
across all my accounts. So, if you're
So the auto liquidate worked.
If you're not, walk.
Well, that sucks. I would have been good. Well, let's do some review on the morning. So I start off with an impulsive decision, and I take myself out. I set a limit order to buy, and I get taken out. This is an improper use of the limit order, because now we have all the structure here. It's meant to be if there's an impulse up and right back, not if we see all this. So that's a bad trade. So my first 2 trades of the day are not good. We have a VPOC migration. I take the short. I get really, really one-ticked. We're above. We create structure. We're above the VPOC. We test lower. We have volume here. I short. This is not a good short. It's a bad short. No location. It's not an outside edge. And I get stopped. Well, I take myself out. Then we see VWAP get hit, and I get taken out. These two trades are before news, so they're both just bad. They're both bad trades. I go long. On a VPOC migration after the news, I get scaled. I go long again. No structure on this. I get stopped. I get stopped. So this is a C game trade again. I go long at VWAP. I catch a scale. VWAP to VPOC, acceptable. We break higher, pull back, create structure, and I go long. It's acceptable in my opinion, although more risky. Intense selling. Double bottom, break the structure, buying. I go long. Stopped. I don't know how I feel about this. We pull up to the area that I'm watching. Stop divergence. We have these levels above. We break out. I short. I get one ticked. Which is, I guess, wait for the pick. This is something that I have printed out that I look at. One ticked, break low, short, but I'm past my limit. Break low, short, past my limit. So those two trades would have worked. Would have been like an 8-point gain. So these two trades were really my only two good trades on the day. Or actually I had more. I had this one and this one. And this one is like B game. So I had 4 A games. Two B games. Maybe 3 B games. Four B games. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 C games, and these 2 are A game. A big smorgasbord. What are you gonna do? Too bad I got taken out of that. 235, but with commissions, it's more. A little early to the game. And I would have been holding for the over-under in here. I would also be probably looking for IB, C. Taking a short right in here. I'd probably enter like right here, just about. Yeah, I'd be entering a short here. Potentially getting stopped. Stop would probably be up here. Wow. Potential short. All right, well, that's all she wrote. Not the best session. GG.